Hi everybody, and welcome to day 43 of Index Card a Day. So for this one, I'm using this paper that I got at the dollar store. Well, it's not paper, it's canvas. So it's just like canvas that you would buy, like, a mounted piece of canvas to do a painting on. It's the same thing. One side has been gessoed and the other one you can still see it's in its raw form. So as nice as that is, for the technique I was doing, it wasn't the best material. I do love how it looks in the end, but the ink would not fully dry and I was a mess. My hands were red, pink, like they just, every time I touched it, I was getting more ink on myself. So I'm doing the Lush smoosh technique with Abandoned Coral Distress ink. And see, as you can see, it just, it wasn't enough. There wasn't enough ink or pigment or something there to really adhere to the canvas. So I got out my sprays. Sorry, I am making noise here. I'm trying to get comfortable. Okay, so I grabbed my sprays and I did it that way. And I was getting the coverage that I wanted, but like I said, it was taking forever to dry. Like I tried drying it with my heat gun and there was still a lot of ink sitting on top. And I didn't want to blot it all away because I wanted it to be bright. So I actually set it aside and let it sit for, I don't know, it was probably overnight. And like I said, all the ink still kept coming off my hands. Like you'll notice when I'm doing all this. So this is a stamp from All in Create. It doesn't have a name on it, just number 29. So I guess you would just look up All in Create number 29 if you were interested in the stamp. And it's a couple of protractors and a lot of like graphic lines and letters. I haven't really read what's on it before, but I love it. Like I love just about all of their stamps. So I tried stamping it in, I think it was yellow first, but it didn't show up very much. So I took Festive Berries Distress ink and re-stamped it. And it's better, but again, we're working on a piece of canvas, so you have all that texture in the canvas and you're not going to get a beautiful, like, crisp image. I still like the paper, the canvas. It's just not the best for this technique. See how dirty I'm getting? So here's a stamp from Carabelle. There's the name. I could say it, but I don't wanna. I butcher French. Not as bad as some people, but I'm not great. Not at all. I'm sure I'd make the French cringe. See, nothing was showing up all that great on it. It was very hard to get a good stamped image. And I really wanted parts of this image to stand out. So I go in with my Posca paint pen and just sketch a couple of the things, like the pen nib and just some of the letters and the circles on the other side. Just something, because I wanted something to stand out. And I may not have got it exactly as it was supposed to be because the image wasn't fully on the canvas, so I just kept the stamp next to me and tried to make it as close to what it was as possible. I mean, I didn't like spend oodles of time on it trying to get it exact, but you know, I did want it to look like something completely different. And I didn't trace every single line either. These are the kinds of stamps that I love. Like, I don't know if you've noticed, but if you look at the stamps I tend to use, like the Carabelle, the All in Create, and Tim Holtz, like they all have this loose sketchiness about them, and they're not like perfect pictures. They have a mixture of things, like letters and numbers I just love, and like lines. And so I've noticed that all the stamps that I truly fall in love with, they all have that pretty much in common. So when I did these letters, I didn't do, like, I know it's a D and an E and there would have been an F, but I just made it look like an incomplete stamped image. So I didn't want it to look perfect. So to stop all the ink from continuing to come off my piece of canvas, I thought the quickest, easiest way to do it without moving the ink around too much was to grab my gel plate. So I have my gel press 5x7 and I'm applying some gel medium to the plate, and I will brayer that out, and then I'm going to lay my piece of canvas on top and try not to let it move around and just get all that gel medium onto my card, and that will set the ink and it will prevent the ink from coming off anymore. And one thing that happened that I didn't even think about it when I was doing it, that it would happen and I would get it. But look at the gel plate. So all that ink transferred onto my gel plate. So I couldn't just wipe it off. So I got a piece of paper and I pulled the print, and I actually used that for another ICAD. See? I thought that was kind of cool. So again, I'm using this stamp that you know is one of my favorites, but I have no idea what the name of it is. Yeah, I really don't. I do get a strong feeling that it is, I was gonna say Hero Arts, but I'm thinking Hampton Art, I believe. I think that was a brand that used to be at Michael's, or maybe still is, I don't know, but I don't know. I feel like that's what it is. So this is a die cut, and it is from In Love Arts, and it is one that I didn't even know was going to come with it. Like, I bought a die and it was like graph paper design, like, you know, the squares. And I thought that's all that was coming, and then when it came with this one as well. It was a 2-pack, and the name of the die set anyways is called Hollow Grid, and I just love this one. Absolutely love it. And it comes in a much bigger piece. Like, this was just pieces that was left over from using on something else. Like, I don't know if I've yet to use it in its full form, but it's great for background. I'm just using some white glue to adhere the die cut down to my canvas, and it works fine. The glue is staying. It's making the die cut stay on the canvas no problem. It hasn't been lifting. Like, I really do like it. Like, it's canvas, so it's flimsy and everything. And you know, if you're okay with a muted ink, then I mean, it's no problem. I would just set it like I do with the gel medium, because it's like it never dries. It'll forever be coming off on your hands. So, I mean, it's quite nice. I could see it being used for different things. I like it. So for how much video is left, I'm starting to wonder if I have everything else on here. I used a Tim Holtz, oh, there it is, the Tim Holtz Small Talk. Oh, these are the snarky ones. And then I took it to my sewing machine and I went around the edge, and I also went under the quote pieces. And the dog is from Mischief Circus. So thanks so much for watching. Bye.